Hey tribe, Dawna here from Transformational Healing. And today we are going to chit chat about preparing for Imbolc or Candlemas or Brigid's Day or Brigid's Day. This is the halfway mark between the beginning of winter and the beginning of spring. So we're at midwinter now. In the US, this is also celebrated as Groundhog Day. So, we are definitely in the middle of winter. It's still a time right now for us to be going inside and reflecting, but also a time to begin planting those seeds and actually starting to put that energy into everything that we are trying to create. It is a fire holiday, time to celebrate that spark of the sun coming back. So there's lots of things to chit chat about today. So if you are here, make sure that you say hi in the comments and feel free to chit chat and ask questions and whatever else is on your mind. I see that Daniela is here. Hi, Daniela. Looking forward to having you on the channel again sometime soon to chit chat. And wondering if you are ready to celebrate Imbolc. Are you ready to hit that halfway winter mark? I happen to know that Daniela is down in Florida, so hopefully it's been a little bit warmer for her than it is for us here. It is a warm, toasty 35 degrees Fahrenheit here today. Just a couple hours ago when I checked, we still have snow on the ground. So when it comes to looking for some signs of spring perhaps being around the corner, let's see. I've been able to see that on the weeping willow trees, that very, very beginning of like it's starting to look a little bit yellowish orange at the ends of the weeping willows. They start to turn like this palish yellow orange color, and then they turn yellow, and then they finally start to turn green. So they're just beginning to turn into that step of orange. I haven't really seen very many buds or anything like that on any of the trees yet. And where I have my crocuses and my snowdrops planted, which are supposed to be those first flowers that come up, is under about 8 inches of snow right now. So I am not seeing any of those signs. I am, however, the last even several weeks, all of the pairs of hawks, especially the red tails, which are dear to me, are starting to hang out together. You're seeing hawks everywhere, usually in pairs because it's mating season. So I am starting to see that. And that's always a spark of it's coming, it's coming, it's getting closer to being those energies of warmth and fire. So right now I'm focusing on that inside the home fire aspect, that hearth aspect of bringing warmth into the house. And starting to do our spring cleaning. We're starting to reorganize things and get rid of all the old energies and start bringing in new energies to build up that energy towards growing things this year. So Daniela says Florida's seasons are a bit harder to notice, though there is most definitely an energy shift. That is very, very true. Oh, Christy is here too. She says hi, and she hopes that I'm feeling better. Still a little bit nasally, but I am feeling much better. For those of you who haven't been on the lives much or are not local, I've been sick on and off since I'd say a little bit before Christmas. Just, as soon as I think I'm getting over something, then another upper respiratory thing kicks in. So far, all tests have been negative, so that has been good. But just haven't been able to totally kick it in the bud. I'm hoping that letting some fresh air into the house on Imbolc. That's one of the things that I do is to open up the doors and let some air in for a very short few minutes at least, just to clear out some energies real quick, and to burn some sage and clear out the house, that sort of thing. So hopefully that will take care of that. But up here, we're a little weary about, keeping those doors open at 35 degrees outside for very long. So what do you guys do for Imbolc? What are the traditions, if you have any, that you like to do around this time of year? I've been starting to go to bed a little bit earlier so that I can wake up and greet the sun in the morning. Noticing that the sun is coming up a little bit earlier and the days are getting a little bit noticeably longer each day helps with my spirit. It helps with to spark what's going on in my mind and that mental, emotional stuff. So the days are getting a little bit longer. It's not quite as dreary, but it is kind of still gray outside. A little bit of sun today, which is good. And like I said, we like to do house cleaning. So that whole spring cleaning vibe is definitely in effect. And I love using the incense that I created for Imbolc / Candlemas. And also for Brigid. And we just kind of like that and clean and clear out the house, get rid of some of the things that, when it's cold outside and you're just kind of not as active, you don't notice, but as more light comes into the house, you see those little things that you've been missing here and there. So we've been starting to work on that. And since the new year, so I take the time, so it's kind of the time from solstice. Solstice is a time when I begin to go inside, and then that's through the new year. So with the new year, we talked about setting goals and not resolutions and getting action plans in place. And I spend all of that time, this last 6 weeks, all the way up until now, doing a lot of soul searching and planning and using things like the printables that I created for all of you guys to work in my journal, to do introspective work, and to set up what things I'm going to start working on. And then I really start putting the energy into working on those things after Imbolc. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, witches don't use the new year, which their new year isn't until Imbolc. And to me, the new year starts, at winter solstice. And it goes all the way through until Imbolc. So it's that 6 weeks of reset and close down and then start to work forward at Imbolc. And many people actually celebrate that at Samhain. They do their reset at Samhain and they spend 12 weeks of doing that inside soul searching type of work. And I'm kind of in between the two. So, but for me, now is the time to start really putting all those action steps in, taking that power of the sun, the fire from the sun, and the creativity, and arts and poetry and all that stuff that Brigid brings in, and to just light a spark into your butt and get your butt moving, get your butt going, and really start working on all of those things that we thought about that we wanted to try to do around the calendar new year, so to speak. So Daniela says, same here, cleaning and clearing. Oh yeah, so it's not just cleaning, it's also cleansing, clearing out energy as well. The full moon is close to Imbolc, so probably work in combination. Yep. And Sadia is here. Hey Sadia. Let me know what Imbolc traditions you have, if you have any Imbolc traditions for things that you're working on. So I got to think about this. The full moon is the 5th, right? I think it's Friday or Saturday. I should know this, but we have all our stuff scheduled in advance for when everything is. the full snow moon is on Sunday the 5th. So this weekend would be perfect Imbolc and full moon energies to go through. That's awesome. I knew it was coming up this weekend. So be a great weekend to do lots of combo stuff and get going. We have a class on Friday here at Star and Splendor. I'm teaching my Increasing Your Intuition and Sixth Sense class. And so we're going to have lots of fun playing with all of those energies that are abound and learning how to increase your ability to feel and sense and work with and play with all of the energies that are all around us all the time that we don't necessarily see, but sometimes we can feel. So Christy says, I so want to go to this class. How fun. Were you able to sign up? Because we had to move the class because I was sick. We had to switch the class from several weeks ago to this Friday. So I wonder if the reschedule in it was able to help Christy or not. I know she wanted to go and she couldn't. So I'm also looking forward to being able to have some time now that I'm feeling better to record a whole entire video class for that series. So working on a year-long class for increasing your intuition and senses. And I'm thinking that we might be able to go to have that ready and out before Beltane, so that maybe we can do a year and a day starting around Beltane. And it will have live sessions every month. We'll have a special Facebook group for it or something for us to be able to go live and chat with each other. I'm not sure if I want to use Zoom or Facebook has, now you can do stuff like Zoom where everyone's on the Facebook chat. So we'll see what we decide to do. So, and what else do you want to do around Imbolc? So, like I said, it's about cleaning, cleansing, clearing out all the old energies, and working on all that wonderful stuff that you've been planning, the things that you've been working towards, that you were thinking about that you wanted to do. It's time to actually plant those seeds. And for some of us, that means literally planting our seedlings, depending on where you live. We don't quite do that here. I can't plant outdoors until after Memorial Day. So we don't usually plant our seedlings here, but that's because I don't have a greenhouse or cold frames or things like that. But people that do that up here, even in upstate New York, are able to start planting some things or window plants or things like that. But we do it symbolically. So symbolically planting seeds for those things that we are going to work on growing in our life. Is that starting a new journal? Is that really starting to work on those printable pages that you bought? Is that working on classes that you've paid for that you haven't necessarily really worked on yet? Books that you've read that you haven't taken the time to actually really go through? Studying in depth some of the herbs that you want to start working with, or doing, setting things up for what you want to do in this coming year for yourself. Setting up a planner for what herbs you're going to work with each month, or what aromatherapy you're going to start playing with, what spiritual things, what rituals you want to do through the year, what routines you want to start working on. Have you been looking at, well, I really know I need a morning routine and I need a bedtime routine. And you talk about that stuff all the time, Dawna, but I don't have time to set up my routines. Well, guess what? Now is the time to set up those routines and to really start working on those things and putting the energy into all of those things. So let's see what's up with the chat. Christy says, oh, if I do that a lot, I pay for classes and books and not use them. So use them. I know we all do. I have tons of books that I'm working on trying to get through and trying to read and trying to continue my studies with. because we get so busy with the day-to-day stuff. And part of my new adding into my self-care, because self-care is so important, is that I want to make sure that I read. So even if it's only, instead of getting distracted and playing games on my phone, read one chapter in a book that I want to be, working on. So I'm going to be pulling out those books and lining them up right now. So Daniela says, side note, all the planets are direct through the end of April or May. So the energy has an amazing moving forward momentum to get plans and seeds planted since September. See progress. That is awesome. So, and Christy says she loves my plan about the books. So yeah, even if it's one, like if it's a video class that you've paid for and it has a whole bunch of different videos in it, to do one video a week or one video a day, whatever it is that you can squeeze in. And for reading, I'm thinking, a chapter, or at least depending on the size of the chapters in my books, of course, maybe like 10 pages a day or something like that. So changing where I'm spending that self-care downtime, and hoping that it will spark a little more thoughtfulness in what I'm working on and that sort of thing. So, and Daniela says she thinks that that's wonderful. So, so what are you doing, Christy? Let me know what you're going to do. Are you going to work on those books and classes? And Sadia, if you're still here hiding about, do you have any plans for working on seeds that you're planting? When this time of year for me is also, like I do connect to Brigid, the triple goddess, also called Brigid, Bride, all sorts of different pronunciations and spellings for her name. But the triple goddess aspect of that, but along with, she's, the goddess of the hearth, of poetry, of creativity, and also of blacksmithing. And to me, it's about that spark. So that creativity part, the poetry part is about, utilizing that spark. So I always, welcome her, at this time of year to help kick my butt back into gear about getting things done for all of you guys, about getting stuff written ahead of time, and getting videos done or writings done or blogs or that kind of stuff, and my own personal spiritual work that I don't really discuss a lot of the personal things that I do in day to day. I talk about them in general, but I don't talk about specifics. So a lot of my personal work that I'm working on is also getting a little spark through that. Making sure that I'm trying to keep the house filled with good smells and all that sort of stuff. So, just kind of working on moving forward and starting a new journal as well. So Christy said, I took the astrology class at Star and Splendor, and it helped to plan the year according to my chart. So to her specific chart. I want to go through my planner and track everything so I can know which energies to utilize and be aware of. That is awesome. That sounds like an awesome way to spend some downtime and to really get some action going in what you're doing. So I am looking forward to filling in all of the things in my calendar that I did not yet put in, which includes all of our trips to Brushwood, and this is the time of year when I have to put in my classes. So I got to put in my classes over the next 2 days. I got 2 days left to put in all my classes for summer festivals at Brushwood Folklore Center, and all of our trips going on back and forth to there. So you guys will start seeing lives and things that will happen from there. I now can go live. I don't know how, but somehow they're letting me go live on my phone with under 500 subs. We now have 420 subscribers. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet, and you're watching this on the replay, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so we can hit that 500 mark, because I still am excited about hitting 500. But they're letting me go live on my phone, so I don't have to have everything crazy for a setup with the laptop and the camera and the microphone and everything. And hopefully we can actually do some lives that are going for walks at Brushwood, because I think that would be fun. And as it gets warmer out, I may actually do some of that here too, and do some of the lives outside, just meandering around and walking back and forth. So we'll see how that goes. Sadia replied. Sadia says that she's here. She has seeds saved from last harvest, and she's blessing them and the earth as it rests and waits to be awakened with new growth, and working on planning what to plant. That's what I typically do right now, is I try to plan out what I want to plant in each of the garden spots, so that, and along with my trips back and forth, like I said, to Brushwood, I have to plan things that are a little more self-sustaining. And this year I have to figure out some sort of water irrigation system for when we are not at home. So I'm thinking about some of the spikes that they have made that you can put on plastic water bottles. So the water bottle, the plastic bottles will catch the rain when it does. So hopefully I'll be able to figure out some of that. But I also love working in the garden with Sadia at Brushwood as well. That's always a lot of fun for me, to help plant everything there and work on caring for that land as well. For me, when we used to have, when the kids were younger, we used to have a large group of parents and children that would all get together for all of the different Sabbats and the different holidays. And, now they're older teens, so they're doing whatever they want to do. But when we all had littles, we would get together, and some of the activities for Imbolc is that we would have all the kids have their drums and their rattles, and we would go out in the snow in the woods, or just in the backyard, depending on, which year it was. And we'd have everyone drumming and rattling and singing, and telling Mother Earth that we loved her and that it was time for her to stir, to start to wake up. So we'd, wake up the earth with all of our drumming and singing and having a fire and that sort of stuff outside. So it was our first outside ritual that we would do. And then we'd go inside and usually take small pieces of paper, and we'd have the kids draw things that they wanted for the coming year, but we would write our intentions for the coming year on the pieces of paper and plant them underneath seedlings of things that we're going to keep inside the house. Not necessarily food plants, but something that we could plant at any time of year so that we could keep it going. But that's where the inspiration for when you guys see Wednesday's social post, I think it went on Instagram, you'll see the stomping of the feet and the dancing of the feet to wake up the earth. And that's where that inspiration has come from. So that's some other things that we can do to work for Imbolc, to wake ourselves up. It's a great time. We were talking about cleansing and clearing the house. It's a really great time to think about spiritual baths. Cleansing and clearing out your own energy, taking some cleansing baths and then some blessing baths. I do have those classes that are up on the website for that. One of them is one of them is a ritual bath class for ritual cleansing, which is the shorter class. And you actually get all of the ingredients for that ritual bath that comes with the class, and the other one is a longer class that has 5 different types of baths and recipes and music and intentions for all those different baths included. Yep, that would be the train, Christy. Christy knows the train well. So, and the train is very interesting when you're doing a shamanic journey work and you're drumming and you're doing the journey, and then the train comes and everyone just jumps on the train in the middle of their journey and then goes somewhere to a different space where they're at. It's kind of cool. Just kind of, work it in. But let's see. So cleansing and clearing baths could be really good right now. Taking time to go through a single junk drawer or a closet and to help others by giving them things that you are no longer using right now. I know there are a lot of people that are having a hard time. So if there are things that you have that you can gift to other people because you no longer need them, then that's a way to pass on energy to bring new things into other people's lives, to kind of spark them and encourage them to keep going, encourage them to, that other people are still good, that there's still good in the world. And that's actually our theme for the week, is encouragement. So I'm definitely encouraging you to keep going, to keep working, to keep working on all those little steps and all those little new habits, because it doesn't matter, a habit starts with one step. You just got to keep taking that one step. And if you don't take the step yesterday, it doesn't matter. Today is a new day, and we're going to take that step today. And that's how we work on forming all of those new habits, and really encouraging you to keep encouraging other people that you know are feeling a little bit down, because it's technically still the middle of winter, not even yet the middle of winter. So up here we have quite a few more weeks of snow that we will be dealing with. So really take that time to, to share with each other, to inspire each other, to encourage each other to keep going, and to work on all of those things. So that's why our encouragement week is this week. So Christy says, I love the generosity group in Voorheesville. You can post free stuff and whoever needs it can come in and get it. That is awesome. I didn't know they have that. In Albany, we have a Buy Nothing group. And that seems to work really well. People post when they need things, but a lot of people also post when they're letting go of things. And it seems to work pretty well for people getting pickups and drop-offs and things like that. And I know that the Buy Nothing group is something that happens it's on Facebook, but it happens almost all over the US. I'm not sure where else it would be. Speaking of those post-nasal drip coughs that are coming, right? But yeah, definitely a time to look and see, to go through the stores and, get this, like your storage of where your stuff is. For Imbolc celebrations, a lot of people, Imbolc means, is said to mean 2 things. It's said to mean in the womb, and also use milk, so lamb's milk. But if you look, I was talking about signs of nature at the very beginning, that I'm seeing the hawks and just barely beginning to see the willow trees starting to change color a little bit on the ends. But right now, if you were in a farming community, like I'm sure, that Amy at Star and Splendor knows, but it's, time for the baby goats and the baby sheep and everything to, you're starting to notice the pregnant mamas, that sort of thing. And the animals are definitely getting ready for that. So in a lot of places, for those of you that consume milk or milk products, And just use the milk alternatives. If you don't, it doesn't matter. It's milk and cream and butter and all of those sorts of things are important right now towards this holiday. But so are all of those root vegetables. So you're like, well, root vegetables are lamas and lunasa and maban. What are you talking about? Well, that's when they're harvested. But if you think about it, those root vegetables are the hardiest things that were put away in the fall time. So they're the things that are still lasting. We just ate a winter squash, and I have one more left that we bought before Samhain at one of the local farms, and I've been keeping them stored, just solid, keeping it stored. And it's, still lasting perfectly fine. So it's all of those root vegetables that, if they're stored properly, are lasting the longest for things. So root vegetables are really important. We always like to make brie bread or braided bread with whole wheat, white, and cornmeal for the 3 different colors on our braided bread. I have that recipe up in the blog section. It's under the herbs and oils for, it says Candlemas. So herbs and oils for Candlemas or Imbolc. And so the recipe for that is up there if you guys want to make that. It's an awesome bread. A lot of people talk about making pancakes or making biscuits. So different types of bread things are used right now. All different types of creams and desserts. And Rachel had done a whole bunch of research and realized that blackberries, and for us, it would be preserved blackberries, or you could go to the store and get them fresh. But blackberries are also special for Imbolc and special for Brigid. So our DIY on Tuesday is also going to be a new blog article, and it is for making blackberry crumble. So blackberries great for balance and also for protection and purification. So definitely check that out too. Christy's saying the Gilderland by Nothing group has an event called Junk in the Trunk. You park in a parking lot and display all your stuff and people go shopping for free. That is really cool. I wish Albany had one of those. It'd be so much easier to get rid of all of the stuff that we have to get rid of. Coordinating pickups and stuff like that with snow is a little more difficult in the winter than it is than I want to admit it right now. So blackberries are something that's good for this time of year. So definitely check out that blog when it comes out. But I put the links to the other Imbolc videos that I've done below, but I will also put the link to the Imbolc and Candlemas blog down below as well. And just think about different ways that you guys can welcome in the warmth of the sun, welcome the sun coming back earlier. Imbolc, I always used to put out the post on February 2nd because that's when I celebrate it, but technically it would be celebrated from sundown on the 1st until sundown on the 2nd. So think about different types of things that you can incorporate into your meals or into your celebrations that are fitting to what you want to do. Colors for Imbolc are white, red, yellow, purple, all those sorts of bright, fiery things coming in, hence my scarf today. And I don't know. To me, it's just about renewal, about the earth still slumbering, but the earth is starting to stir. That's where we're at. So through this week, try to go outside, try to go for a walk and see if you can see if anything feels different. Even if you can't see things different, does anything feel like it's starting to wake up? Does anything feel like it's starting to stir? If you're able to sit and be quiet in a space, how does your body feel? Does your body feel like it's beginning to wake up, that it's beginning to get a little bit fiery inside? Is your creativity starting to flow a little bit more? So just pay attention to the world around you. Be mindful. Encourage each other. And I hope that gets you set on some Imbolc stuff to do. So do you guys have any other questions about stuff? There's all kinds of videos about Imbolc. Christy says she loves the colors and renewal is beautiful. And I love this so much. Yeah, it's just part of the cycle for right now. Right now, it feels like I'm sitting inside of the sweat lodge and we're just sitting in silence and just listening and feeling and getting ready to come out and be reborn after the fourth door. That's kind of where that energy sits for me right now. So I'm not quite ready to burst forth and, be reborn, but I'm still just sitting a little bit quiet and getting ready. So maybe this weekend with the full moon and after Imbolc has passed and we're past that 6-week mark, I bet you that energy will move forward and I'll be ready to open that door and get all kinds of stuff done. So if you guys have anything that you want to chat about over the next several weeks, we go live every Sunday at 2:00 to chit chat, and you guys can always ask questions about anything on or off topic in the comments. If you're watching on the replay, be sure to let us know how you celebrate Imbolc, or if you have any questions about different types of Imbolc celebrations. You can check out all those other videos. I will put the videos at the end showing up for clicking on. But they can be found in the Wheel of the Year and in the description down below. Other than that, I don't know. I'll put the links to the blogs down there in the description as well. So Daniela says, feel better soon. I will. I'm feeling better now. Much better than I have been. Hey, I can actually talk. I had to skip a couple of live streams. I couldn't even talk without hacking for more than a minute or two. So I'm really happy that part is gone. And really looking forward to getting back to working with in person with my students and being able to have some fun. So let me know what you guys are up to, and I will chit chat with you soon. Have a wonderful week. Go outside, go experience nature, go look at the stirrings of what is coming. And if you're new, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on next Sunday's video or on our videos that come out usually Tuesday of every week. Many blessings, and you guys are all welcome. It was great to hang out with you today. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.